To plaster a house, sand and cement were mixed in the ratio 5:1. If 24 bags of cement, each weighing 50 kg, were used, how much was the amount of sand used in tons? Solution. We are told that sand and cement were mixed in the ratio 5:1. Sand and cement. Let us use S to represent sand. Then we use C to represent the cement. They were mixed in the ratio 5:1. Sand is to cement. They were mixed in the ratio 5:1. Then we are told that 24 bags of cement, each weighing 50 kg, were used. 24 bags of cement, each weighing 50 kg, were used. Then we are asked, how much was the amount of sand used in tons? Therefore, we proceed as follows. Number of shares, we have the ratio 5:1. Therefore, the number of shares here will be 5 plus 1, which is 6. Then, from there, the number of bags which hold sand is 5/6. Therefore, we shall have, this is sand, call these ones, this is sand, this is cement. Therefore, 5/6, this is sand. Then the question tells us that if 24 bags of cement weighing 50 kg, then the cement is 1/6. Therefore, cement, it is 1/6. Therefore, 1/6 is equivalent to 24. What about 5/6? 5/6, these are the bags for sand. Therefore, we shall have 5/6 times 24/1/6. In other words, we cross multiply 5/6 times 24/1/6. Therefore, we shall have 5/6 times 24/1/6. Then from there we can simplify. Let us simplify by 6. 1 by 6, 4. 5 times 4, that gives us 20. 20 divided by 1/6. That is 20 times the reciprocal of 1/6, which is 6 over 1. 20 times 6, this gives you 120. So the bags of sand were 120 bags of sand. Then let us go back to the question. The question asks us, how much was the amount of sand used in tons? Therefore, we shall have 120 times each bag was 50 kgs times 50, we get 6,000 kilogram. And we have 1,000 gram make 1 kilogram. Then 1,000 kilogram is equivalent to 1 ton. We are asked how many tons. Therefore, we shall have 6,000 kilogram. Change them into tons. Divide by 1,000. This 30 will cancel these 3 zeros there. Therefore, we have 6 tons. 6 tons. 6 tons. Therefore, our correct choice will be B, 6 tons. Mumbua and Jerry each made a 20 kilogram mixture of maize and beans. Mumbua mixed the maize and beans in the ratio 3:2. Jerry mixed the maize and beans in the ratio 1:3. How many more kilograms of beans did Jerry use than Mumbua? Solution. Let's start with Mumbua. We represent him with M. He mixed maize and beans. Maize and beans in the ratio 3:2. Then we have Jerry. Jerry, let us use N to represent Jerry. Jerry mixed maize and beans in the ratio 1:3. And each of them had 20 kilogram. So here they add 20 kilogram, 20 kilogram. Kilogram. They mix them in this ratio 3. Therefore, let us work in this side of Mumbua. Therefore, we can have Mumbua M mix maize and beans. Maize and beans in the ratio 3:2. Let us look at how many kilograms of maize did he have and how many kilograms of beans did she have. Therefore, we shall have total number of shares. This is 3 plus 2. This gives us 5. These are total number of shares. Therefore, maize is 3 over 5 of 20 or times 20. Simplify by 5 1 by 5. This is 4. 3 times 4 12. So means it had 12 kilogram. Then beans. Beans, we have 2 over 5 times 20 by 5 1 by 5 4. 2 times 4 8 kgs. So beans, she had 8 kgs. Let us work for Jerry. Let us use N to represent Jerry. Jerry had this ratio of maize and beans. She had this ratio 1:3. Therefore, the total number of shares is 1 plus 3. This is 4. Therefore, maize will be 1 over 4 times 20. We can simplify by 4 1 by 4 5. 5 kilograms. The maize here was 5 kilograms. Then beans. Beans, we have 3 over 4 times 20 by 4 1 by 4 5. 3 times 5 15 kilograms. These are beans which she ate. Then the question asks us, how many more kilograms of beans did Jerry use than Mumbua? Mumbua used 8 kilograms of beans, while Jerry used 15 kilograms of beans. Therefore, we take 15 minus 8. Which gives us 7 kilogram. Therefore, our correct choice is D, 7. A blanket is made by joining 8 squares of 3 different colors, blue, green, and yellow in the ratio 2:3:5 respectively. One ball of wool is used to make 4 such squares. How many balls of green wool are used for one blanket? Solution. We have these colors: blue. Let us use B to represent it. Green. Then yellow. G to represent green. Y to represent yellow. They are in the ratio 2:3:5. Then we are told one ball of wool is used to make 4 such squares. How many balls of green wool are used for one blanket? Then from there, get the number of shares. The number of shares here is 2 plus 3 plus 5. The number of shares here is 10. Then from there, the question asks us how many balls of green wool. Green is 3/10. Three over 10 of 80. Because we are told that we have 80 squares of 3 different colors. Therefore, we have 3/10 of 80. Then from there, simplify. 0 will cancel 0. 3 times 8, 24. Then, still the question says, 1 ball of wool is used to make 4 such squares. Therefore, 24, divide it by 4. Divided by 4. This is the same as 24/4. Simplify by 4, 1. By 4, 6. We get 6. 6 balls of green wool. Therefore, our correct choice is B. A painter mixed blue and yellow powder so that their weights were in the ratio 3:2. The total weight of the mixture was 30 kilograms. What was the weight in kilograms of the yellow powder used? Solution. The painter mixed blue and yellow powder so that their weights were in the ratio 3:2. Therefore, let us use B to represent blue and Y to represent yellow. They were mixed in the ratio 3:2. First, let us get the number of shares. Our number of shares here will be given by adding 3 plus 2. This is 5. So we have 5. Then the question asks us, what was the weight in kilograms of yellow powder used? Yellow powder, he used 2. Therefore, we shall have 2/5 times 30. Simplify by 5, 1, by 5, 6. 2 times 6, 12 kg. Therefore, our correct choice is B. There were 420 people attending a meeting. The ratio of men to women was 3:4. Later, 60 men and 40 women left the meeting. What was the ratio of men to women who remained? Solution. We are told that there were 420 people in our meeting and they were in the ratio 3:4. men to women. Then we are told that later 60 men and 40 women left the meeting. Then we are asked what was the ratio of men to women who remained. Therefore, we can proceed from there. The number of people, 420. The ratio, men to women. Let us use M to represent men, W to represent women. The ratio is 3:4. The total ratio or number of shares is 3 plus 4, which is 7. Therefore, let us look for the number of men. The number of men is 3/7 times the total number of people, 420. Then we can simplify by 7, 1, by 7, 60. 3 times 60, this gives us 180. The number of women is 4/7 times 420. Then we can simplify by 7, 1, by 7, 60. 4 times 60, it gives us 240. So the number of women was 240. The number of men was 180. Then we are told that later 60 men and 40 women left the meeting. 60 men left the meeting. So here 180 subtract 60. You get 120. The men who were left were 120. 40 women left, so you subtract 240 minus 40. The women who left are 200. Then the question asks you, what was the ratio of men to women who remained? Therefore, we have men to women, M to represent men, W to represent women. We have 120 is to 200. Then from there, we can express this ratio in its simplest form. Therefore, we can simplify 120 over 200. 0 will cancel with 0. Then we can simplify by 2, 6, by 2, 10, by 2, 3, by 2, 5. Therefore, we have 3:5. 3:5. Therefore, our correct choice is B. 3:5. The ratio of sheep to goats to cows is 3:5:2. There are 36 cows. What is the total number of goats and sheep? Solution. We are told that there are 36 cows. Then the ratio is 3:5:2. The ratio is shared as follows: sheep to goats to cows. We have used S to represent sheep, G to represent goats, C to represent cows. In the ratio 3:5:2. Then we are told that there are 36 cows. So the number of shares is 3. Number of shares is 3 plus 5 plus 2, which gives you 10. The cows are 36. So 2/10 is equivalent to 36. Then the question asks you, what is the total number of goats and sheep? So the goats are 5/10 and the sheep are 3/10. Goats here are 5/10. Sheep are 3/10. Therefore, the ratio for goats and sheep is 5/10 plus 3/10, which is 8/10. Therefore, if 2/10 is equivalent to 36, 2/10 is equivalent to 36. What about 8/10? This 8/10 is the total number of goats and sheep, which we are asked in our question. Then from there we can cross multiply. We have 8/10 times 36 over or divided by 2/10. Then we can now multiply 8 times 36. It will give you 288. 288/10. Count this was decimal place, which is here, or convert this to decimal place. It will be 28.8. 28.8 divided by 2/10. Therefore, we have 28.8 times the reciprocal of 2/10 is 10/2. Then simplify by 2, 1 by 2, 14.4. 14.4 times 10, we get 1440. Count this one decimal place. It will be here. So we shall have 144. Therefore, our correct choice is B, 144. The ratio of boys to girls in a school is 7:8. If there are 168 boys, how many pupils are there in the school? Solution. The ratio of boys to girls, use B to represent boys, G to represent girls, is 7:8. Then we are told that there are 168 boys in the school. Then how many pupils are there in the school? Therefore, we can proceed as follows. The total ratio or number of shares will be given by 7 plus 8. This is 15. This is the number of shares. Or we can talk of the total ratio. Then, from there, the boys are 7/15. These are the boys. The girls will be 8/15. These are the girls. Then, the boys are 168. Therefore, 7/15 is 168, or 7/15 is equivalent to 168. What about 15/15? The total number of the pupils will be 15/15. This will be the total number of pupils, both the boys and the girls. Since the boys are 7/15, the girls are 8/15. 7 plus 8, that is 15/15. The total number of the pupils, therefore, is 15/15. What about 15/15? We can cross multiply. We have 15/15 times 168 or divided by 7/15. Then we can simplify by 15/1 by 15/1. We have 168 divided by 7/15. 168 times, get the reciprocal here, and the reciprocal here will be 15/7. Then we can simplify by 7/1. By 7, 24. 24 times 15 is 360. Therefore, the total number of the pupils in the school is 360, which is A. In a farm, Wambui had goats, sheep, and cows in the ratio 5:3:2. At the beginning, she had 50 animals, but later sold some of them, leaving her with 36. If the number of goats, sheep, and cows that remained were in the ratio 2:1:1, how many sheep did he sell? Solution. Let us have G to represent the goats. Then we have S to represent the sheep. Then C to represent the cows. We are told that they are in the ratio 5:3:2. Then we are told that at the beginning she ate 50 animals. First, let us get the number of shares here. The number of shares here we shall have 5 plus 3 plus 2. This will give us 10. If the number of shares here are 10 and we are told that at the beginning she ate 50 animals, therefore we can get the number of goats she ate, the number of sheep she ate, and also the number of cows which she ate. Therefore we can proceed as follows. Goats (5/10) times 50. We shall multiply by 50 because we are told that at the beginning she ate 50 animals. Therefore, we can now simplify. By 10, 1. By 10, 5. 5 times 5, this gives you 25. So she ate 25 goats. Then let us come to sheep. Sheep we have their ratio which is 3, and this is 3/10 times 50. Remember, we are told that she ate 50 animals. Then we can simplify. By 10, 1. By 10, 5. 3 times 5, this gives you 15. So the sheep were 15. Then lastly, the cows. Cows, their ratio is 2/10 times 50. By 10, 1. By 10, 5. 2 times 5, this gives you 10. Therefore, she ate 25 goats, 15 sheep, and 10 cows. Then, from there, we are told that, but later sold some of them, leaving her with 36. So he sold some of the animals and she was left with 36. If the number of goats, sheep, and cows that remained were in the ratio 2:1:1, how many sheep did he sell? Therefore, now we can proceed as follows. He sold some of them and she was left with 36. So we can have here goats. Let us have G to represent goats, S sheep, C cows in the ratio 2:1:1. Number of shares here is 2 plus 1 plus 1. This gives you 4. That is the number of shares. Then we are asked how many sheep did he sell. Therefore, sheep, their ratio here is 1/4. Therefore, we have 1/4 of 36. That is the same as 1/4 times 36. 36, this is the number of animals which remained after selling. Then from there we simplify. We can divide by 4, 1, by 4, 9. For us to get the number of sheep which now is sold, we get 15 minus 9. We get 6. Therefore, our correct choice will be B, 6. A sum of money was shared between Mukidia and Tonyiri in the ratio 3:7. If Tonyiri got 12 shillings more than Mukidia, how much did Mukidia get? Solution. Number of shares is 3 plus 7, which is 10. Then we have Mukidia, then we have Tonyiri. In the ratio 3:7. That is why the total number of shares is 3 plus 7, which is 10. Therefore, having the total number of shares as 10, Mukidia has 3/10. We use M to represent Mukidia, 3/10. Tonyiri has 7/10. Then the question tells us that if Tonyiri got 12 shillings more, 12 shillings more than Mukidia, how much did Mukidia get? 12 shillings more. Therefore, we are going to subtract 7/10 minus 3/10. We get 4/10. So this 4/10 is now 12 shillings more. This 4/10 is 12 shillings. So we say if 4/10 is equivalent to 12. What about 3/10? 3/10. Now we can cross multiply. We have 3/10 times 12/4/10. Then from there we can simplify. 2, 2. By 2, 1. By 2, 1. By 2, 9. We get 9. Therefore, our correct choice is D, 9 shillings. In a school, the ratio of boys to girls is 3:2. There are 400 pupils in the school. During an athletics competition, an eighth of the girls took part. How many girls did not take part? Solution. The ratio of boys to girls. Boys, use B to represent the boys. Use G to represent the girls. Is 3:2. Then we are told that there are 400 pupils in the school. Therefore, from there, we can get the number of boys and also we can get the number of girls. Let us get the number of boys first. Our total ratio or the number of shares here, the number of shares here will be given by 3 plus 2, which is 5. Therefore, we shall have boys 3/5 times 400 by 5, 1 by 5, 80. 3 times 80, that is 240. So the boys are 240. The girls, their ratio is 2/5 of 400. Simplify. By 5, 1. By 5, 80. 2 times 80, it gives you 160. So the girls are 160. Then we are told that during an athletics competition, an eighth of the girls took part. How many girls did not take part? An eighth of the girls took part. If the girls are 160, an eighth of them took part in the competition. So to get the number of girls who took part in the competition is an eighth of the total number of the girls, which is 160. Then we can simplify by 8, 1. By 8, 20. So 20 girls took part in the competition. How many girls did not take part in the competition? 160, the total number of girls, minus the girls who took part in the competition. We get 0, 4, 140. Therefore, our correct choice is A. 140 girls do not take part. The ratio of the weights of 2 boys is 2:3. If the lighter boy weighs 36 kg, what is the difference in the weights of the 2 boys? Solution. We are told that the weights of 2 boys is in the ratio 2:3. So we can have boys, B to represent a boy and the other B to represent the other boy. They are in the ratio 2:3. Then we are told that if the lighter boy weighs 36 kilogram, the lighter boy has 2, then the heavier boy will have 3. Therefore, here we get the number of shares. The number of shares here is 2 plus 3, that is 5. So the lighter boy is 2/5, while the heavier boy is 3/5. And then you are asked, what is the difference in the weights of the two boys? And you are told that the lighter boy weighs 36 kilogram. Therefore, 2/5 is equivalent to 36. Then what about 3/5? Therefore, we shall have 2/5 is equivalent to 36 kilogram. What about 3/5? Then from there we cross multiply. Therefore, we have 3/5 times 36 divided by 2/5. Then from there we can simplify. 3 times 36, it gives you 108. Therefore, we have 108/5 divided by 2/5. Therefore, we have 108/5. This division sign changes to multiplication sign, and we get the reciprocal of 2/5, whereby the reciprocal of 2/5 will be 5/2. Then from there we can now simplify. By 5, 1. By 5, 1. By 2, 1. By 2, 54. Therefore, the heavier boy, his weight is 54 kilogram. And the question requires us to find the difference in the weights of the two boys. Therefore, we subtract the weight of the lighter boy, which is 36 kilogram, and then we have the weight of the heavier boy, which is 54 kilogram. Therefore, we subtract 54 minus 36. Therefore, we shall have 18. So their difference is 18. Hence, our correct answer is A, 18 kilogram. Acheng and Cheromo shared some money in the ratio 4:5 respectively. Cheromo got 6 shillings more than Acheng. How much money did Acheng get? Solution: us here write A to represent Acheng and C to represent Cheromo. We are told that they shared some money in the ratio 4:5. In the ratio 4:5. Then we are told that Cheromo got 6 shillings more than Acheng. First, let us get the number of shares. The number of shares we have 4 plus 5. It will give you 9. We have 9 shares. Therefore, Acheng has 4/9. Cheromo has 5/9. Therefore, the question tells us that Cheromo got 6 more than Acheng. Cheromo has 5/9, while Acheng has 4/9. And we are told that Cheromo got 6 more than Acheng. Therefore, we take 5/9 minus 4/9. We get 1/9. Therefore, this 1/9 is equivalent to 6. What about 4/9? 4/9, this is what Acheng has, and we are asked how much money did Acheng get. Therefore, from there we cross multiply. We have 4/9 4/9 times 6 over 1/9. Then from there we can simplify. We can simplify here by 3 by 3 2. We have 4 times 2 8 over 3. Divide by 1/9. We change this division sign into multiplication sign, and when this sign changes from division to multiplication sign, we get the reciprocal of this number. Therefore, the reciprocal of 1/9 is 9/1. Then from there we can now simplify by 3 1 by 3 3. 8 times 3 we get 24. Therefore, Acheng had 24 shillings. Therefore, our correct choice is A, 24 shillings. The ratio of girls to boys in a school is 3:2. If there are 120 more girls than boys, how many boys are there in school? Solution. Let us have G to represent the girls and B to represent the boys. And we are told that they are in the ratio 3:2. Therefore, let us first get the number of shares. The number of shares here is 3 plus 2, which is 5. So the girls are 3/5 These are the girls, while the boys are 2/5. Then we are told that if there are 120 more girls than boys, 120 more girls than boys, how many boys are there in the school? Therefore, we subtract 3/5 minus 2/5 to get this fraction now, which will represent 120. Therefore, we have 3/5 minus 2/5. We get 1/5. Therefore, 1/5 is equivalent to 120. The boys, their ratio is 2. Therefore, 2/5 will be equivalent to, from there we cross multiply. We have 2/5 times 120 over 1/5. Simplify by 5, 1 by 5, 24. 2 times 24, it will give you 48, divided by 1/5. We have 48. This division sign will change to multiplication sign. We shall have 48 times, and we get the reciprocal of this 1/5, which will be 5/1. 48 times 5, this is 240. 240 boys. Therefore, our correct answer is D. (240). What is the ratio 3:5 expressed as a decimal? Solution. First, let us write this ratio into fraction. It will be 3/5. And for us to express it into a decimal, we shall have 3 divided by 5. we use the long division method. 3 divided by 5. Which number do we multiply by 5 to give you 3? None. Therefore, here we write 0 and we put a point, and here we add 0. Which number can we multiply by 5 to give you 30? It is 6, because 5 times 6 is 30. Therefore, here we have 30. 0, 0. Therefore, 3 is to 5 written as a decimal, we have 0.6. Therefore, our correct choice is C. In a group of 126 spectators, the ratio of men to women was 3:4. What is the new ratio if 2 more men and 8 more women join the group of spectators? Solution. We are told that the group has 126 spectators and the ratio of men to women in this group is 3:4. Therefore, let us have M to represent men, W to represent women. We are told that they are in the ratio 3:4. Then we are also told that there are 126 spectators. Therefore, for us to get the number of men which are among these spectators, we take the number of shares here. The number of shares here is 3 plus 4. We get 7. Then from there the men will be 3/7 times the number of spectators, which is 126. Then we can simplify by 7, 1 by 7, we get 18. 3 times 18, we get 54. Therefore, the men are 54. Then let us get the number of women. The number of women here, we have 4/7 times 126. 4/7. This is what we have in the ratio. Then we have 4/7 times 126. Therefore, we simplify by 7, 1 by 7, 18. 4 times 18, we get 72. So we have 72 women. Then we are told that what is the new ratio if 2 more men and 8 more women join the group of spectators? 2 more men, 8 more women. So if 2 more men join here, the number of men now will be 54 plus 2. The number of men now will be 56 men. The number of women is 72, and then 8 more join. Now we will have 72 plus 8. The number of women will be 80. Then we are asked to give the new ratio, or we are supposed to give the new ratio. Therefore, for us to get the new ratio, now we have 56 is to 80. 56 is to 80. Then we can express this into simplest form. Can have 56 over 80. Then from there we can simplify. We can divide by 2. We get 28. By 2, 40. By 2 we get 14. By 2 we get 20. By 2 we get 7. By 2 we get 10. So the new ratio is 7 is to 10. Therefore, our correct choice is A. Bongo and Kiara shared some money such that Bongo got 3 over 4 of the money shared out. What was the ratio of Bongo's share to that of Kiara? We are told that Bongo got 3 over 4 of the money shared out. The money which was shared out, or the total money which was shared out here, it is 4 over 4. Then Bongo add 3 over 4. So for us to get Kiara's share, we take 4 over 4, we subtract 3 over 4, which is 1 over 4. 1 over 4, this is Kiara's share. Solution. We have the total amount of money. It is 4 over 4. That is the total amount of money. Amount of money. If that is the total amount of money, we are told that Bongo got 3 over 4. So Bongo, let us use M to represent him. He got 3 over 4. To get Kiara's share, we take 4 over 4, the total amount of money, minus 3 over 4. Therefore, we can have Kiara. Let us use K to represent Kiara. We have 4 over 4 minus 3 over 4. So Kiara's share was 4 minus 3, that is 1 over 4. Kiara's share was 1 over 4. And then you are asked, what was the ratio of Bongo's share to that of Kiara? The ratio of Kiara is 3 over 4. The ratio of Bongo is 1 over 4. Therefore, to get the ratio, we have 3 over 4 divided by 1 over 4. Therefore, we shall have 3 over 4. We change this division sign to multiplication sign. It will be 3 over 4 times, we get the reciprocal of 1 over 4, which will be 4 over 1. Then from there, we can simplify by 4, 1, by 4, 1. Therefore, the ratio is 3:1. Remember here, we can write this ratio as 3/4:1/4. Then we have expressed it in its simplest form. Therefore, correct choice is B. Auma and Maina shared the profit from the sale of fish in the ratio 3:4. If the profit was 8,400 shillings, how much money did Auma get? Solution. Let us have A to represent Auma and then M to represent Maina. We are told that they share the profit from the sale of fish in the ratio 3:4. Then we are told that the profit was 8,400 shillings. Then we are asked how much money did Auma get. First, we get the number of shares here. The number of shares here will be given by 3 plus 4, which will give us 7. Then, from there, Auma add 3/7 while Maina add 4/7. And our question asks us how much did Auma get. Therefore, we shall have Auma. We use A to represent Auma, who add 3/7 of or times 8,400, the profit. Then we can simplify by 7, 1, by 7, 1,200. 3 times 1,200, we get 3,600. Therefore, our correct choice is A. In a class, the ratio of the number of boys to girls is 2:3. What is the percentage of the number of boys in the class? Solution. The number of the boys to girls is in the ratio 2:3. The number of shares here are 2 plus 3, which is 5. That is the number of shares. Therefore, the boys are 2/5 and the girls are 3/5. And our question asks us, what is the percentage of the number of the boys in the class? The number of the boys, which is 2/5. Therefore, we take 2/5. This is the number of the boys in the class. Convert it into percent, convert to percent. By multiplying by 100%. Therefore, we shall have 2/5 times 100. Then we simplify by 5 1, by 5 20. 2 times 20, this is 40. Therefore, the number of boys in the class as a percentage is 40%. Our correct choice is B. Mutiso and Oluoch shared the profit of their business such that Mutiso got 3/5 of the profit. What was the ratio of Mutiso's share to Oluoch's share? Solution. Let us use M to represent Mutiso and O to represent Oluoch. Therefore, Mutiso got 3/5 of the profit. Then we are asked what was the ratio of Mutiso's share to Oluoch's share. Then from there, the total ratio if Mutiso's share, the ratio is 3/5. The total share is 5/5. Then we are asked what was the ratio of Mutiso's share to Oluoch's share. This is 5/5 minus 3/5. To get now the ratio of Oluoch's share, 5 minus 3, that is 2/5. So Oluoch's share is 2/5. Then we are asked to give the ratio of Mutiso's share to Oluoch's share, which is 3:2. 3:2. Therefore, our correct choice is A. In the year 2008, there were 850 pupils in a school, of whom 3/5 were boys. In the year 2009, 10 girls joined the school and 20 boys transferred to another school. What was the ratio of the boys to girls in the school in the year 2009? Solution. In the year 2008, we are told that there are 850 pupils. Then we are told that 3/5 were boys. Therefore, we can get the number of the boys in the year 2008. That is 3/5 boys, 3/5 of all times the total number of the pupils, which is 850. Then from there we can simplify by 5 1 by 5 170. 170 times 3, this gives you 510. So the boys were 510. Having the number of boys, we can get the number of girls because we have the total number of the pupils, which is 850. For us to get the number of girls, we take 850 minus 510, the number of the boys. So we can have girls. We have 850 minus 510. We get 340. This is the number of girls. Then we are told that in the year 2009, 10 girls joined the school and 20 boys transferred to another school. Here, if 20 boys transferred to another school, we shall have 510 minus 20. We get 490. So when 20 boys transferred to another school, we are left with 490 boys. Then we have 10 girls joined the school. So here we have 340 plus 10. We get 350. So the question asks us, what was the ratio of boys to girls in the year 2009? The boys were 490. The girls were 350. So we express this ratio in its simplest form. We have 490 over 350. Then we can simplify. This 0 will cancel this 0 by 7, 7 by 7, 5. Therefore, the ratio for boys to girls in the year 2009 is 7:5. Therefore, our correct choice is D. Mwachia and Boo shared some money in the ratio 5:2. Boo received 30 shillings less than Mwachia. How much money did Boo get? Solution. Let us have MW to represent Mwachia, then M to represent Boo. They share the money in the ratio 5:2. Let us get the number of shares here. The number of shares here will be given by 5 plus 2, which is 7. Therefore, Mwachia had 5/7 and Boo had 2/7. Then we are told that Boo received 30 shillings less than Mwachia. Mwachia has 5/7 while Boo has 2/7, and we are told that she received 30 shillings less. Therefore, to get the fraction which he received, we take 5/7 minus 2/7, which will give us 3/7. This 3/7 is equivalent to 30 shillings. Therefore, we have 3/7 is equivalent to 30 shillings. Then we are asked, how much money did the Boo get? Boo earned 2/7. Now, what about this 2/7? If 3/7 is equivalent to 30, what about 2/7? We cross multiply. We have 2/7 times 30. Then we divide by 3/7. Therefore, we have 2/7 times 30 divided by 3/7. 2 times 3, it will give us 60/7 divided by 3/7. We shall have 60/7. We change this division sign to multiplication sign, and then remember to get the reciprocal of 3/7, which will be 7/3. 7/3. Then from there we can simplify by 7/1, by 7/1, by 3/1, by 3/20. So Boo earned 20 shillings. Therefore, our correct choice is A. Akello and Muhu shared some oranges in the ratio 4:5 respectively. Muhu received 3 more oranges than Akello. How many oranges did Akello get? Solution. Let us have A to represent Akello and M to represent Muhu. We are told that they shared some oranges in the ratio 4:5. First, let us get the number of shares. The number of shares is 4 plus 5, which is 9. That is the total number of shares. Then, Akello has 4/9. Mu add 5/9. Then we are told that Mu received 3 oranges more than Akello. Therefore, Akello ate 4/9, while Muhu has 5/9, and we are told that Mu ate 3 oranges more than Akello. Therefore, we take 5/9 minus 4/9. We get 1/9. So this 1/9 is equivalent to 3 oranges. We have taken the number of oranges which Akello had and the number of oranges which move head, and then we have subtracted. We have got 1 over 9. This 1 over 9 is equivalent to 3 oranges. Therefore, if 1 over 9 is equivalent to 3, and then we are asked how many oranges did Okello get, and Okello get 4 over 9. Therefore, what about 4 over 9? We cross multiply. We have 4 over 9 times 3 over 1 over 9. 4 times 3 we get 12 over 9. Divide by 1 over 9. We have 12 over 9. We change this division sign to multiplication sign. Then get the reciprocal of 1 over 9, which will be 9 over 1. Then we simplify by 9, 1 by 9, 1. Therefore, Okello had 12 shillings. Therefore, our correct choice is B, 12. In a school, the ratio of boys to girls is 3:2. There are 600 pupils in the school. During an athletic competition, a sixth of the girls and a fifth of the boys took part. How many pupils took part in the competition? Solution. We are told that the ratio of boys to girls is 3:2. Then we are told that there are 600 pupils in the school. The school has 600 pupils. Then we are told that during an athletic competition, a sixth of the girls and a fifth of the boys took part. How many pupils took part in the competition? Therefore, first we get the number of shares, and the number of shares here will be given by 3 plus 2, which is 5. So for us to get the number of boys in the school, we shall have 3 over 5 times the total number of the pupils in the school, which is 600. Then we can simplify by 5 1 by 5 120. 3 times 120 we get 360 boys. So the boys in the school were 360. Let us get the number of the girls in the school. The number of the girls in the school, the ratio is 2 over 5. 2 over 5 times 600. The total number of the pupils. It is 600. Therefore, we can simplify by 5, 1, by 5, 120. 2 times 120 gives us 240. So the girls were 240. Then we are told that during an athletic competition, a sixth of the girls and a fifth of the boys took part. A sixth of the girls and a fifth of the boys. So let us work with the girls first. You are told a sixth of the girls took part. So it is 1/6 of all times 240. By 6, 1. By 6, 4. So the number of girls who took part in the competition are 40. Let's get the number of boys who took part in the competition. We are told that a fifth of the boys took part. Therefore, we shall have 1/5 of all times the total number of the boys, which is 360. Therefore, we can simplify by 5, 1, by 5, 72. So the number of the boys who took part in the competition are 72. And the questions ask us how many pupils took part in the competition. Therefore, we take the number of the girls, which is 40. Then we add the number of boys, which is 72. 40 plus 72. We get 2. 4 plus 7, we get 11. 112. Therefore, our correct answer is D. What is the simplest form of the ratio 6 in brackets 1/3 minus 1/4 in brackets 1/2 plus 1/3 in brackets? Solution. We have 6 brackets 1/3 minus 1/4 brackets. First, let us get the LCM of 3 and 4, because here we are going to work what is inside the brackets first. We can just apply a bit of body mass here, body mass brackets, whereby we work what is inside the brackets first. In our case, we have 1/3 minus 1/4. Let us get the LCM, least common multiple of 3 and 4. We can have 3 here. 3 divided by 3, 1. We drop 4. We can divide by 2, 2. Then by 2, 1. Therefore, the LCM will be given by 3 times 2 times 2, which is 12. Therefore, let us make each of the denominator here 12. Therefore, 3 we multiply by 4. And here, what you do to the denominator, you do it to the numerator. 4 multiplied by 3 to make it 12. What you do to the denominator, you do it to the numerator. Therefore, we shall have 6 in brackets 4 over 12 minus 3 over 12. 4 minus 3 is 1 over 12. Therefore, we have 6 in brackets 1 over 12. Remove the brackets. We have 6 times 1 over 12. Then we simplify by 6 1, by 6 2. Therefore, we have 1 over 2. Then we come to this part now. 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3. We have 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 brackets. Find the LCM of 2 and 3. Divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Drop 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Therefore, the LCM is 2 times 3, which is 6. Make each of the denominators here to be 6. Therefore, 2 here will multiply by 3. 3 will multiply by 2 by 2. 1 times 3, we shall have 3 over 6 plus 2 over 6, which will give you 5 over 6. Therefore, now we have 1 over 2 is to 5 over 6. 1 over 2 is to 5 over 6. This is 1 over 2 divided by 5 over 6, which is now 1 over 2. Change this division sign to multiplication sign, and we get the reciprocal of 5 over 6, which will be 6 over 5. And then we simplify. We can divide here by 2, 1, by 2, 3. We have 3 over 5, which is 3 over 5. This is 3 is to 5. Therefore, our correct answer is A. The pupil population of certain school was 900. The ratio of boys to girls was 5:4. One day, 5% of the girls and 2% of the boys went for a competition. How many pupils remained in the school on that day? Solution. We are told that the pupil population is 900. That is the population. Then we are told that the ratio of boys to girls the ratio is 5:4. Then we are told that one day 5% of the girls and 2% of the boys went for competition. Then we are asked how many pupils remained in the school on that day. From there we can proceed as follows. First, let us get the number of shares. The number of shares is 5 plus 4. The number of shares is 9. Therefore, the boys are 5/9. The girls are 4/9. Therefore, let us get the number of boys in the school. Boys 5/9 times the total number of the pupils, or times the total population, which is 900. We can simplify by 9, 1, by 9, 100. 5 times 100, that is 500. So the boys are 500. Let us get the number of the girls. Girls are 4/9 times the total number of population, which is 900. Therefore, we have 4/9 times 900. We simplify by 9, 1, by 9, 100. We have 4 times 100, that is 400. So the girls are 400. Therefore, we are told that one day 5% of the girls and 2% of the boys went for competition. Let us get the number of these 5% of the girls and the number of these 2% of the boys. Therefore, we shall have 5 over 5%. This is 5/100 times 400. We simplify, this 0 will cancel this 0. 5 times 4, 20 girls. Let us get the number of the boys. 2%, which you can write it as 2/100 times 500. We simplify, this 0 will cancel this 0. 2 times 5, that is 10. We have 10 boys. So we have 20 girls who went for competition and 10 boys. Therefore, the total people who went for the competition is 20 plus 10, which is 30. And the question asks us the total number of pupils who remained in the school that day. Therefore, we shall have 900, the total number of the pupils, minus the pupils who went for the competition, that is 30. We get 870. Therefore, our correct choice is D. In a certain school, the number of girls was 240 and the total number of pupils was 540. What is the ratio of boys to girls in the school? Solution. We are told that in this school, the number of girls was 240. Girls, it was 240. And the total number of the pupils, is 540. Therefore, we can get the number of boys here. We take 540, the total number of the pupils, subtract 240, the total number of the girls, 0, 0, 3. So the boys, the number of the boys is 300. Therefore, we are asked, what is the ratio of the boys to girls? Boys are 300, girls are 240. Therefore, we have 300 is to 240. Express this ratio in its simplest form. We have 300 over 240. This 0 will cancel this 0. Say by 6 you get 5. Divided by 6 you get 4. So the ratio is 5 is to 4. Therefore, our correct choice is D. That is the ratio of boys to girls in the school. Which one of the following represents the ratio 2:5 expressed as a percentage? Solution. Two is to 5. Let us write it into fraction. It will be 2/5. Express this to percent. We will have 2/5 times 100%. We simplify by 5 1 by 5 20. 2 times 20 we get 40%. Therefore, our correct choice is B.